All right, so when I first got into the gym, when I started working out consistently, I was about 18 or 19. And now, in a couple days, I turned 30, which is kind of crazy. But there are a lot of lessons I learned then, in that intervening time, that I would have killed to know at the start. Now in today's video, I'm sharing those key things that I wish I knew when I started getting fit. Hey guys, Alex Hine here. Before you go anywhere, it is my birthday this week. I am born on 4/20, which is ironically actually Hitler's birthday too, and we have the same initials, AH, and my last name, Hine, is German. Doesn't seem very good, but I have a request for you. I've been making all these videos and all these blog articles, and at some point you begin to wonder if it's even worth it. And I really appreciate your comments, but one of the things I appreciate most is when people share how my book changed their life. So my only birthday request is if you could click that link there, maybe there's a box here or in the description, please leave an honest review of my book, Master the Day. If you've read it only, share with people the actual results you've gotten. That would mean everything to me. And now let's jump into those 3 things that you realize when you actually get fit. Now the very first thing is that it takes a lot longer than you think. This is just one of those painful truths that I've achieved a lot of my major life goals before 30, and all of them took longer than I thought. Simple things like writing a book, the difficulty it would be, or selling a book, how to sell your first 1,000 copies of a book, way harder, way longer than I thought. Building an actual business, or getting fit. Like when I was in the gym at 18, I was like, I'm gonna come back in 6 or 9 months, and I'm gonna be freaking Hercules. But I'm 30 now. And I still don't look like Hercules. I look good, I look really good, but I'm not even 100% where I want to be. And partly that's because a lot of goals take longer than you think. There's a Tony Robbins quote that we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we underestimate what we can do in 10. And I found that to be true in my own life because just right now, I'm starting to see that tipping point on many of my goals. Travel, of having friends, of going after my passion, Chinese medicine, of building this community, of doing all the stuff I love. A lot of those are snowballing now only after 3, 4, 5 years. So at 10, I can see them being huge. But most of the stuff you want to do is just going to take you a long time. It just takes longer than you think because we're inundated with this message from Entrepreneur Magazine and on Facebook news feeds about people who become famous YouTubers overnight, or they go on a 6-week shred and then they get abs or a flat stomach after 20 years being overweight. Guys, this is something reserved for a very small percentage of people. There's so many other factors involved there, and most of the time if that happens, that has been the one thing that person focused on for those years. Like the only thing. They neglected their health if they built a business. They neglected their relationships. Maybe got divorced if they built a business. If it was fitness, that's all they did. Maybe they have a boring 9-to-5 job where they make $40,000 a year, or they're a bartender. A lot of the time, these stories, your story, it's going to take longer than you think. And you have to be okay with that. Now the second thing is that your life is going to change whether or not you want it to. The thing is, after you've gone through and achieved some of these fitness goals or some of these life goals, you are a different person. You are the same person if you just look at you like your friends were like, oh, he's the same guy or she's the same girl. But you're not. You're a different person now. You're a different person because you have different skills. You have a different level of discipline. You have different beliefs about what you can accomplish now. You have different self-confidence. You believe you can achieve things that you did not believe you could before. And now that you've achieved one difficult goal, other difficult goals, even in other aspects of your life, don't seem so impossible. So it's not a matter of, oh, now I'm fit and I just achieved that one goal. It spills over into every other aspect of your life. These researchers did one study on students where they had them have more discipline in their student life. So in regard to studying, what they found was that those same students that cultivated the discipline that got them better studying results in school, that got better grades, also ended up getting fitter and were happier and had better relationships. So the fact is, you're going to change in ways you cannot predict. And for me in my own life now, after I've done that goal that took so long, it took so many years, there was so much discouragement, my idea about what I can possibly achieve now is so much bigger. It's like it's blown the top off what I believe I can achieve in one lifetime. And now that I'm 30, there are all these goals that are way, way, way bigger that now I'm thinking maybe I have to dream even bigger, because I did that and it took 10 years, but maybe if they were 10 times the size, I could have done the same thing in 10 years. So sometimes you understand that you are a different person. You can achieve something else now way bigger than you ever thought you could. And it's going to fundamentally change you whether or not you want it to. And the weird thing is that you are going to know you're a different person. Your friends may see you as the same person, just at face value, but you are different. And that's never going to change. And then the third thing that I really realized, and that you may realize, is that most of the goals you set for reasons other than doing it for yourself, being frustrated, or growth, we will not persist until we realize. So let me reiterate that. If you set a goal for impressing someone else, showing mommy or daddy, I'm not like that, or I am like that. I don't want to be a doctor. I'm going to be an artist and like a vagabond for a couple of years. Or I want to be that. I'm going to prove to them how serious I am, how book smart I am, even if it's not you. What I realized very early on was that the goals that I did to prove to the world, to mommy, to daddy, to the ex-girlfriend, to whoever, the goals I did to prove they can fuel you in the short run. For me, it was pain that has fueled me to do everything I've ever done as far as that's been a goal. It was the pain of waking up in a job I hated every day that fueled me to start doing videos, to get my personal trainer certification, to start blogging online, to write books and build a business. It was the pain of looking in the mirror and being called string bean 10 more goddamn times by my mom and my family and my grandparents, and never having a girlfriend until my early 20s. That was a real pain for me that I didn't want to live out for the rest of my life. And I didn't respect the people that just accepted who they were and didn't want to do anything about their circumstances. I wanted to be one of the greats that did something about it. And what you realize is that for many of us, it's the pain that drives us. It's the pain, the discomfort, the hatred, the dislike of something about yourself or your daily schedule that will drive you. And I was recently interviewed on a podcast, and the woman, the interviewer, asked me, where do you get the motivation from at the time? She's talking about the early years. And, I really sat down for 30 seconds and I thought, because I said, you know what? I'm going to pause awkwardly live on air here, and I really want to consciously give you an answer. And what I realized was that my business, my fitness, travel, improving my social skills, everything came from pain. And the fact is, pain will drive you, and pain can drive you. But if you're going to do something like this, like getting fitter or achieving a other major life goal, whether it's dating related or health related or business related, do it because it helps you grow, and not because you're doing it to show the world or show another person. It's okay to use that pain to help yourself grow, but just remember that the pain will drive you. But if you're looking for that validation from the world, this is like celebrity syndrome, where they become so famous, so wealthy, they have anything they can imagine materially, and the whole world looks at them like they're someone special, but from the inside they feel like they're the same person. And this incredible feeling of isolation shows up because the whole world's like, oh, picture, Mary-Kate, picture, but they're just the same normal person, and they feel like they don't have anyone to relate with, to connect with. And that's how sometimes it can feel when you reach your goals, or when you are the person, the one person, 1 out of a million, that's executing at a high level to achieve those goals. You can feel like that isolated celebrity where nobody knows you. No one really knows you. There's a saying by Carl Jung that being lonely isn't about not being around people, but it's about people who don't understand what's going on inside you. And that has been a really big trend in my life. And what I want to leave you here is just remember that you should always go after those biggest goals. No matter what, do whatever it takes, even if it takes you a lot longer and it's more difficult and you have to lose some friends or family or leave them behind. But at the end of the day, you are going to be a different person. You're going to be a better person, and a person who can achieve much larger goals in the future and improve your life on a level that right now you may not even be able to comprehend. So whatever it is you are working on now, do not give up on it. Hey guys, it's Alex. Yes, it is my birthday this week. I have just one request for you. Please, if you have read my book, please leave an honest review on Amazon. My goal is to see if maybe we can get 30 or 50 new reviews. Thousands of people, maybe tens of thousands now, of you have read my book, but we only have like 130-ish reviews. And I would really, like, it's the only birthday wish I want this year. If you could please leave an honest review on Amazon there, either click the link here or in the description, showcase your results you've gotten from some of my advice or my videos. Thank you so much.